Today I'm at the Paramount Antique Mall that will be closing March 30th, and a lot of the booths are having 90% off sales. So I'm going to go in and see what I can thrift for a viewer request thrift. Let's go in and see what we can find. Okay, for some reason my microphone's not working again. So we are in Paramount East Antique Mall that will be closing soon, and a viewer requested that I come in and look for certain items for her. So I will be looking at these items and texting her at the same time as I'm thrifting, and then I will, if she gives me the yes, I get the item. If she doesn't give me the yes, I don't get the item. And plus I got a few items for myself while I was there. But if you see anything here, I am more than able to go back and look at it. If they have it, because this mall is looking almost empty. So I was looking at this to see if it was a Fire King dish. I'm sorry I couldn't put it in front of the camera because I couldn't read through my camera. And these were Fire King mugs that I got for her. Oh goodness, I hope my whole day wasn't done, because I did 4 hours in the other antique mall that will be in another video. They have some nice things. I think I stopped to talk to somebody there that was asking me about why I was holding my camera. I was looking at all this rose quartz. So beautiful, but they only had like 20% off in their booth. And then all these skulls. I have a few good friends that really like skulls. I picked up these salt and pepper shakers because I bought some antique glass books to do reference, and in reading them I found out that these salt and pepper shakers are worth about $15 to $20, and at 80% off in that booth, it was a steal. I thought that was going to be like slide glass, but it ended up being a Whataburger cup. And I'm in another booth now, looking to see if they had any. I'm actually looking for Fire King glass during this trip because the viewer that is wanting me to go back and look for items for her was looking for Fire King items. And I knew that there were some in a booth here in the mall, but when I got there, they had moved their booth out 2 days prior. So I went and looked around the rest of the mall to see if I could find any Fire King. I really love that bowl right there, but with it being clear glass just does not move very well for me. So I didn't get it. I did pick up that red plate though. It is Amberina glass, ruby red, and I didn't know it's supposed to have a bowl over it. So by itself, that will be a $20 plate, and it does glow orange. Okay, so now I'm going to continue looking on through this booth. Still looking for Fire King glass. I had no idea Fire King came in so many different colors and shapes and sizes of glass. I learned a lot thrifting looking for the Fire King. I picked that up. That was actually glass bake. I mean, I thought it was Fire King because I've seen a lot of those that say Fire King, but that one actually said glass bake on it. This booth seems to be all packed up to carry out the door. There's my purse and stuff that I'm going to go. And I'm in another booth now. Do you see these brown plates? Hold on. Okay, this was $20 for 4 bowls and $24 for 4 plates that matched, and it was 90% off of the booth. So, and with everything I bought today, it was like buying those 4 bowls and getting everything else in the cart for free because of the discounts. I mean, the total I was looking. Oh my, yes, that's still. I had texted the thrifter that wanted the item, and she said, "Oh yes, that's a steal." So I was able to get something and make that viewer happy. I was looking to see if this was Fire King, but it wasn't. On some items, it's hard to tell what's Fire King, what's Fenton, what's Bakelite. But I'm learning. I'm learning. That's what I bought the books for. And plus, this thrifter knows her Fire King, so when I tell her about something, look at that Heager vase. I did buy that Heager vase, and it will be for sale. Hold on. There was absolutely no way I could pass up that Heager vase. And I looked at this, and I think it was uh, it wasn't Fire King. It was Pyrex. Or was it Fire King? You know, one of these days I'll get to where I can see in the camera and on the thing. What does it say on it? It says, oh yeah, the reason I was looking at those is because they marked it Fire King, but it was actually Bakelite. So then I turned this over to see if it was Fire King, and it wasn't. It's Anchor Hawking. But Anchor Hawking also does Fire King, and that's so confusing. I had to call her. Is it what's what here? You know. And then I was just looking in this booth because I know there's nothing I can afford from this lady. Oh no, this isn't the booth I thought it was. Yes, it is. This vendor has a lot of wonderful items that I just like. I just couldn't see. But see, that Fenton bowl is still $55, and there's only a 20% discount on the booth, so I couldn't see that. I wanted it, and I was contemplating it. Then I saw this, and I was like, what on earth is it? I've never seen anything like that before. But she wanted like $25 for it, and but without being able to do some research, I really couldn't. I was looking to see who made this Old Spice mug, but the handle for the brush was busted. I love that vase, but I couldn't afford it. She has some wonderful things that I'm learning new about out of my pottery books and out of my glass books that I've been purchasing. But it's, I'm just, it's like she's selling them at what they're, for a collector. She's not selling them at a price for a reseller. So I mean, I could go back and get any of these items if her booth is still there before the 30th, which is Tuesday. This is a Fire King coffee mug, and I messaged her about it, and I did pick that Fire King coffee mug up for her. These are some kind of stoneware. I'll take my cup before I forget. Nope, set it back down. If that would have been 2 salt and pepper shakers, I would have gotten them. But then I picked it up and realized it was plastic. And only one. I did put her Fire King mug in the cart. You can see my cart's filling up. That's a beautiful Heager base. And she wanted the Fire King mug that I picked up and put in my cart already. Because that one's sitting right there. And this is Pastor Gene's booth, what's left of it. He would like to have somebody do a complete booth buyout on him. But I cannot afford to do that. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff left. And I don't know what he would take. It'd probably cost a couple $100. Could probably take the whole booth. These are 3 little wooden cups, like egg cups or shot glasses or something. Very unusual. And spoiler alert, today I will be bidding on 4 storage lockers. I won't know till Friday on 3 of them, whether I'll get those or not. Those are live silent bid auctions. And he's moving over to Paramount. And 3 of them are live silent bid auctions. I'm going to look at those tomorrow. And oh, Henry, look at this Flame Point Siamese. Sadly, it's $85, but oh my gosh. I just had to get a picture of it. Gorgeous. Look at that. And only 30% off in that booth. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that bird. That cat. Sorry. But anyway, so, and the other one is an online bid that I'm going to put the bid in on in the morning. I've been watching it and the bid has not changed on it in 4 days. So I'm going to put a bid in on it. I know it has some boxes and it has a couch and a love seat. But I didn't see the cushions for the couch and the love seat. So even if I have to make my own cushions for it, I can do that too. That was my clock telling me it's time to go to bed. Okay, so my total spent here was like $18.33. I didn't pick any other items up, and I'm going to another. Okay, this is my second attempt at the same video. The first time I didn't record any sound. Sorry, I'm trying to take my shoes off and I'm bouncing the table. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is, well, right there, my video for this morning is exporting, I'm sorry, to YouTube. So, I'm going to open this up and right here, I don't know if you can see. Where's it at? Do you see right here, this little tab? It's an app called List Perfectly. Okay, let me scoot it over to the other screen so you can see over here, where you can see better. Okay, so I've just opened up List Perfectly. Let me pull you in a little closer so you can see better what's going on. Okay, so currently I list all my items on 4 platforms. I'm on, and I go through List Perfectly. I'll show you. I go to my listings, and then I have some I loaded yesterday. So we'll go to draft listings. All these are waiting for my IT professional to do the, what do you call it? Search engine optimization on the items and the descriptions. I've loaded them all in, and let's just go to this one. I click the edit button, which looks like a little pencil, and I can see all my, and then I can click right here and I'll click crop. And if I go to square, which is the one that he likes the best, I bring it down to here. I do confirm crop. It pulls it in closer so you can see that it is a Talavera macaw parrot. And this one, if I do crop, go to square, I've already cropped this one. You can see that it has a very old break right here at the base of the center part of the tail. I did highlight that so that if anybody's in the wanting to buy this, they'll know it's discounted because it does. But if you look at the bird, you really can't tell that it has a broken tail. Okay, so then I'm going to go to open sections here, and I'm going to come down here, and through all this, excuse me, I have my title where I've already researched. I don't know if you can see that. I've already researched the item, and I highlighted that it does have a tail feather break. So it's Mexican pottery, it's multicolored, it's ceramic and metal, it's a macaw parrot. Come down here, it tells the texture, where to use it, how to clean it, where it was made. This tells it's 21 inches tall in the hoop. I'm waiting for my husband to do the keyword and the tags and the description. And this is what I paid for it. This is what it sells for. This is what size of a box it's going to be shipped in. Actually, this one has to be in a 10 by 7 by, or 10 by 8, I think it is. Okay, by 6 box. And now I can list it on eBay or any of these amount of sites, and I was listing them on Facebook and Instagram. So it's going to my webpage, which is getlockered.com. Then it's going to, when he gets the SEO done, it'll go on eBay, Facebook, and Instagram all at the same time. Now, in the event that somebody purchases this, I can just come right back to it to follow the same guideline, only if I mark it sold, it says app list perfectly comp site will be ended and removed on the platforms. I would click OK, which I'm not going to mark it sold because it's not even listed yet. So I click OK, and then it will, well, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, because I can undo it. Okay, so now it's marked sold. And then if it had been listed, I would get a different window across here for each one of these platforms that I have it listed on. So I'm going to unmark it sold because it's not marked sold. It's not even listed yet, so I can't mark it as sold. Okay, so now it says it's macaw parrot and this. So then I'm going to click save project progress. Sorry. And then when I hit the refresh button, it would come up here and be just like a full description. Let's go over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my list perfectly. Go to my listings. Let me set this down. Okay. So I don't need that tab anymore. So now I'm going to go to what right here it says new catalog. And then across here it has all these different things. And I'm going to go to the active listings. And then I know that there are none of them on this page, that all of these on this page are listed only on eBay because I've already delisted them from the other platforms. So I'm going to go to page 2. And this red dot means my husband needs to pay some attention to it and fix something on it. Okay, so I don't put it there. The platform does. My husband is my IT professional. He graduated with a double master's degree in web development and visual communication. So that's what he went to school for. But he's an over-the-road truck driver. Okay, so I'm going down through here. Now this one, this Walt Disney Collection Daisy debut with box and certificate of authenticity. It's a Daisy Duck. Now I'm going to click my little pencil here. And then I'm going to click open sections. And as I scroll down, you can see all the pictures. If I hit crop, I can bring her down. But see, she won't crop into a square, which my husband does not like. He thinks everything should be in a square. So anyway, it would crop it into and then if I cropped it, it would pull the picture closer. Maybe there's an image that I can do. Hold on. Like this one is the box. If I want to crop it to a square, I can just pull it down and you can see that that's the box. I hit confirm crop and it brings it up that it's there, and then click save and now my picture's cropped. Okay, so I've got my sections open, so I'm going to scroll down. It tells that I actually should put it's ceramic. Okay, so she's ceramic. And then new with box, and that this has been checked for quality. It doesn't have any breaks or cracks. And she's 5.75, which is 5 3/4 inches tall. And what did I pay for her? I'm going to put $5 because I got her out of a storage locker. And if you break down all the items I got out of the storage locker, and she is for sale for $20. Okay, so now down here, it is already listed on eBay, Facebook, and Instagram. But I'm going to delist it from Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to click those so that they turn white. I'm going to click Save Progress. And it's going to pull it back up. And then I'm going to refresh my page. And she comes to page 1 already. And she's now only listed on eBay and no other platform. Now let me tell you why I'm delisting. Because you will not, anytime you sell an item, if it sells, then you have to come in and you can delist from all the platforms at the same time. And you have to do that or it'll stay active listing on platforms that are opposite of what you sold it on. Like if you sell it on eBay, it's going to stay active on Instagram, Marketplace, Mercari, wherever you put it, whatever platforms you use, it will stay active on those platforms until you come and delist it like that. And I love using List Perfectly. I'm not sponsored. Excuse me, I wish I was. But I'm not sponsored by List Perfectly. But that's how you have to delist with List Perfectly. Because if you don't, it will stay as an active listing on the other platforms. And you can delist all the platforms at the same time, or you can list to all the platforms at the same time. Now, I don't know how to list to all the platforms other than just clicking that button, which tells my IT guy, aka my husband, that these are the platforms he wants them to put on. And then you have to subscribe to the platform, and you have to be an active participant in the platform, and all this to it's just like you've done it before on whatever platform you use, but with List Perfectly, you can do it on all the platforms. They're all going to have the same description. They're all going to have the same price. They're all going to be listed at the same time, and when you go in and actively take them off of the listing, they will all come off of the listing at the same time. So, okay. Now, the reason why I am delisting from Facebook and Marketplace is those two platforms go hand in hand. You have to have Facebook to use Marketplace and Instagram. So, if you don't have, I don't know why with listing products like this, you have to have Instagram. So, before I closed my brick and mortar store, Get Lockered Resale, I was listing or advertising on one of my local groups from my town, and it was a Facebook group. Hold on. My cup says, "Don't quit your daydream." It's my daydream to be a resale thrifter for other people through my YouTube. So that's my daydream. That's what I'm going to do. So anyway, well, one night, you've all heard the story about my dogs and how another dog got into my yard, and I posted on the local group that if somebody's dog came home and it looked like it had a dog bite on it, it's because their dog got in my yard behind my 6-foot fence, and my 2 protective German Shepherds attacked it, which is what they're supposed to do. They were in my house. They felt a threat in my backyard. It was 12:30 in the morning. I couldn't see what was out there. Even when I turned on my porch light, I could not see. And so I let my dogs out to protect my son and myself because my husband wasn't home. He's an over-the-road truck driver. He could be home today and not be home again for 3 weeks, or he could come home in 3 weeks and be home for 5 days. There's never a chance of knowing when he's going to be home. So we have our wonderful German Shepherds that one of my dear friends in Hutchinson gave to me. And they're my protectors. And they protect me and they protect my son. So at 12:30 at night, when I'm down here editing a video or trying to list items or whatever I'm doing in the middle of the night, my dogs are in my house with me because the access to my back door is about 10 feet outside my office. So my dogs are in the house with me, and we heard the noise. My dogs went outside. When I was able to get a hold of the flashlight and go out, it was a matter of seconds. I mean, it couldn't have been 10 whole seconds. I got the flashlight on, went out there because my dogs were already protecting me, so I felt comfortable going out the door. I hadn't heard a shot or anything. If it had been a human and they were armed, I would presume that they would have shot one of my dogs. So I come out with the flashlight. I see that it's another dog. I holler at my dogs, come in the house. They both, I only had to holler at the first dog, which was Batman. And him and Joker both came right into the sliding door. I shut the sliding door. The little dog, it was a Brittany Spaniel type dog. I don't know the exact maker because I only saw it for a couple of seconds. But it was a Brittany Spaniel type dog. And it got right back out the hole it came in. I blocked the hole so it couldn't come back in. And it was in my dog's shed. They have an 8-foot wide by 8-foot square by 10-foot tall shed that I store their dog food in, and their dog food dishes are in that shed so it doesn't get wet if it rains. They can get in out of the rain. That is their dog house. It's an 8-foot shed and it has doors that'll close and everything. So that is their dog house. And this dog had broke my next door neighbor's privacy fence, a wooden privacy fence, and come into my yard. And it was eating my dog's food. I didn't know what was in the shed when I opened the door, because even if I had a light that shined in the direction of the shed, I wouldn't have been able to see what was in that shed. And my dogs would have gone out the door anyway, because I would have told them to protect my son and myself. So anyway, I put a post the next day on the local Facebook group telling the owner of this Brittany looking dog that if it came home with a bite, it's because it got into my yard behind a privacy fence that is over 6 foot tall, and it was eating my dog's food, and my dogs attacked it. And I called my dogs in, and that dog got away really quick, and I didn't see that it was injured in any way. But like I said, I only had 10 or 15 seconds to see the dog. So I blocked the hole so the dog can't come back in. I have since seen the dog. It is doing fine. The owner still does not put it on its leash, but the owner, at least during the daytime, stands out in the yard with its dog. So that's good news. The dog's fine. So, and it was kind of a long-haired dog, and it looks like they had shaved their dog to look for marks on their dog to find out if they could sue me. And the reason I'm saying this is because people on my local group started calling me a murderer. And they're saying, you would actually let your dogs attack. My thing just went to YouTube. My video just posted on YouTube while we're doing this. So anyway, so no, I would not let my dogs intentionally kill another animal or a human being. Now, at the time this happened, my dogs had never gotten out of my fence. The reason I can say at the time this had happened was because only 2 days ago, we were here in my yard. CJ and I were working with some bricks, getting my garden out. I'm going to plant tomato plants and pepper plants today. And CJ and I were working out front with my garden area, and we were using these big long blocks that are, they're about this long and about this square, whatever. And we had one that was even longer, and I thought that would be perfect to put by my e-commerce shed, which is where all my e-commerce items are. Because when it rains, the slope of my land, because I live on a hill, lets water run down in there. So all my shelving is up on bricks so that if the water runs into my garage, nothing gets ruined. Well, I was thinking that these blocks would help block the door so that it doesn't run in there. So CJ and I were trying to bring one of the blocks in. Emmy was inside the yard, and she had a hold of Joker's collar so that he wouldn't go out when we opened the gate for CJ to come in. Well, Joker saw Edward, which is my cat, in the front yard, and Emmy let go of Joker and he took off out the door and he started chasing the cat. He wasn't even barking. He just chased the cat, and the cat ran over to my next door neighbor's yard where my next door neighbor was out in her yard, and I said, he doesn't bite, and I'm going after him. And I go over there, we get him, he comes back and he jumps into Emmy's arms. She gets a hold of him. I get his collar. I put him back in the yard. The whole thing lasted 15, 30, maybe a minute, okay? 1 minute. My dog didn't even bark one time. The only thing he did was chase my cat into my next door neighbor's garage and come back, okay? He's a good dog. They're not aggressive in any way. But nature says dogs are going to chase cats. That's what they do. Dogs are going to chase other animals. That's what they do. Squirrels are safe in my backyard, and redbirds are safe in my backyard because my dogs have seen them so many times that they don't bother them. But you let another dog come in my backyard or near the fence to my backyard. Now there's 7-foot fence all the way around my yard. 6 foot fence all the way around my backyard. So my dogs cannot get out unless somebody opens the gate. And this is what happened the one time Joker got out. Batman didn't get out, just Joker. So that's why I say at the time, my dogs had never been out of my yard, except if they were on a leash to go to the vet and get their shots and whatever. So, but the people on this group were attacking my dogs, saying that I was a murderer. One person said that I was a child killer because if one of their small children had come over my fence thinking he was going to a friend's house, their small child would not have stood a chance against both my dogs at the time weighed about 80 pounds. They're about 90 pounds now. So, but the child wouldn't stand a chance against my dogs, which is true. It's true. And there's nothing I would have been able to do to stop it if a small child had come over my fence. But why would a small child be coming over my fence at 12:30 in the morning, in the middle of the night? That would not be on me. That would be on the parent that let their child out. Then another person said that kids sneak out. Okay, a small child, and what I consider a small child is anybody under 12. Why would they be sneaking out at 12:30 at night to go to their friend's house? Why would a parent let them walk through other people's yards to get to their friend's house? It doesn't make sense. Why am I the bad person? Okay, anyway, long story short. Then these same people started attacking my store. I had a brick and mortar store. They started attacking my store, saying that the name of my store was stupid and they won't shop my store because the name of my store, Get Lockered Resale, is stupid. Well, I buy abandoned storage lockers when I can find them at a reasonable rate. My father-in-law, who passed away 1 month after we opened the store, named my store, and I'm going to keep my business as Get Lockered Resale in all aspects because it's a legacy to him. This is what he wanted. This was our joint dream. He wanted something that could provide for me in the event my husband passed away. He loved going through storage lockers. I love going through storage lockers. And when I buy my store, everybody calls them storage units, and even at times I call them storage units. But the place I buy my storage units through is called Locker Fox. They're Get Lockers. I get lockers through lockerfox.com. Okay? You can go on there and you can find them in your local area. Lockerfox.com. I'm not sponsored by them. So it's storage lockers. This is what my father-in-law wanted. I'm going to respect him and keep this a legacy to his name, because he passed away 1 month after we opened our store. I miss that man. He was a very, very close best friend of mine. Okay, so they started attacking my store by the name. Then last summer, somebody was taking a nap behind one of the other stores in the strip mall after I moved into my new store location. And I was trying to be funny. This is a fun place to take a nap. Well, then I got attacked for that. They said they won't go into my store because I make fun of people that are homeless. It was the middle of the afternoon. I had no idea. I still don't to this day know if the person that I took a picture of was homeless. Was it cold? No, I don't think so, because I was making a joke. I never saw his picture. And our maintenance man was working in the business next door to mine. And I took a cold soda to my maintenance man and said, would you please take this out to this guy out there and make sure he's okay? So he took the guy a cold soda on a hot afternoon where he had stopped to take a rest. His nationality, he might be one of those people that they take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. I know there are nationalities that do that. They stop for a certain amount of time and take a nap during the afternoon. I wish our culture had that. That would be awesome. Everything shut down from 2 to 4 so you can take a nap. That would be great. But, you know, they won't shop my store because I did the same thing every one of them does. There's this dog that runs around this town all the time called Jake. The owner of the dog likes to visit the places here in town. And he makes jokes. Who's going to watch Jake? I'm going out of town. Who's going to watch Jake for 4 days? They take pictures of Jake walking up and down the street. Jake goes on people's porches and breaks things because he chases cats onto people's porches. Jake is just fine. Jake is the town clown. But I do something trying to have a little bit of fun and put a smile on somebody's face on the channel, and I'm the bad person and my store gets bashed. Okay? So I took that post down, but I'm still hearing about it. And, well, I'm not anymore. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So, anyway, I take that post down. I post every single day while my store is open that I'm there, what my store hours are, and everything. And even the last day I was open, people were coming in. You've been here how long? I opened March 3rd of 2023, and I'm just now finding you and you're closing? Well, you know what? If I hadn't been bashed so much on Facebook, maybe y'all would have known. I'm in a strip mall. There are 15 other locations in the same mall, and I'm the only one y'all can't find. It doesn't make sense. Okay. Regress, digress, whatever. Okay, so back to my dogs. The next day after the post, and after I took a whole day of being bashed about how I was a murderer and I was killing people's children, and people even saw my dogs out running the streets, which has never happened. And one lady, I'm not going to mention her name because I'm thinking about bringing a lawsuit against her for slander and harassment. But anyway, it's under free speech. I'm a reporter. I'm reporting what's going on in my local town. I can mention her name if I want, but I'm not going to. But anyway, so on with the story. She tells everybody on the local Facebook group that she saw my dogs out running and she tried to catch them because she knew they were my dogs, and my dogs attacked her, which never happened. The lady is a pathological liar, and all she does is live her life to put people down and degrade people. She has gone to the point of now she is having people go on my Facebook platform here, on the Facebook side of this and the Instagram side of this, and want to know if I still have these items available. Can they come purchase them? And the biggest thing is a $2 chicken, a $2 rooster that I have listed. It is for sale on eBay currently, no longer on Marketplace or Instagram, but it's sitting upstairs on my porch. On my railing to come to my basement. She's having people from this local group go onto my site and want to purchase items. One lady, she even got talked into coming on and wanting $155 worth of items. Then I said, yes, they're all available. Would you like me to ship them to you, or how do you want to pay for them? The lady's response was, let me find out when my husband will bring me to town. I said, okay, because she mentioned the town she lives in, which isn't very far away. So I said, okay. Well, about 5 days later, then same lady starts coming on there and starts offering me less than what I paid for the items. She wanted the $2 chicken, she wanted for $1. A couple of other items she wanted for less than what I paid for them. And I was declining each offer. And then one of them I said I would accept a lesser offer because it was low enough that I could still profit from having what I purchased it at, but it was less than what eBay sold it at. But it was a offer. So I said I would accept that. And then she wanted to, again, wait till my husband can bring me to town, all this. Well, she doesn't ever plan on buying these items. I know that. They're just harassing me through my e-commerce. So I'm delisting from Facebook and Instagram so that these people can stop harassing me. I'm trying to live a life. I'm trying to make a profit. I want to thrift for you. I want to thrift for the people that watch my YouTube videos. I'm not doing this so that I can live every day getting harassed. And if they can't I told the one lady that said that she had seen my dogs. Well, the next day they posted a picture of a pit bull that I couldn't see any damage to the pit bull in the picture. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't harmed or injured, but the picture was a GoFundMe picture. And it stated that this dog had to have its leg amputated, and they were doing a GoFundMe for it because it had been attacked and everything. And they wanted to know if my killer dogs had done it. And the lady that, I'm not going to mention her name, went on the other post that had nothing to do with me. I went on there and I said, no, this is not my German Shepherds that did this. It was a beagle type dog that got into my yard, not a pit bull. A full-grown pit bull would have killed my German Shepherds, or at least injured them. A full-grown pit bull would not have walked away needing its leg amputated. Pit bulls are the worst dog, in my opinion. Now, you may love pit bulls. I have a friend that has a pit bull, and it's a wonderful dog. He is a great dog. But don't you try to go into her house if she doesn't let you in the house. I have another friend that has a pit bull. I think it's a pit bull. And she doesn't let it near other people because she knows her dog's temper. Pit bulls are good. Her dog is a wonderful dog to her and her husband, but it's not really good with other people, and she knows that. So she doesn't take a chance of letting her dog around other people. And that is very respectful to her friends or anybody else that might come to her house. So, and I have cousins that love pit bulls. Pit bulls can be good dogs, but pit bulls can also be the meanest dog that there is. They're on the top of the registry and they're actually, I'm not going to promise this because I don't know, but from what I understand, because my son's girlfriend had a pit bull and it's no longer in their home, because from what I understand, that unless a pit bull is grandfathered in to the law, pit bulls cannot be inside city limits where we live. But I could be wrong. But that's my understanding of the law for animals, because when I went to have my German Shepherds microchipped, I called to make their appointment and they said, "Is it a pit bull?" And I said, "No, they're German Shepherds." And she said, "Pit bulls are not able to be inside city limits." That's what I was told when I made the appointment to get my German Shepherds microchipped. So now anybody can argue with me that they can be inside city limits. I don't know. This is just what the vet told me when I went to get my dogs microchipped and registered with the city. So, okay. Long story short, on this post that came up about this pit bull, the same lady that I'm thinking about bringing a lawsuit against stated that yes, she saw my German Shepherds attacking the pit bull and she tried to stop it and she got bit. Now, she is a pathological liar. I called the police on her. I literally did. And I told her on the group, I said, "I just called the police on you because you slandered me and my German Shepherds. They've never been out of my yard," and at the time they hadn't, other than to go to the vet and they're on leashes. And I said, "You slandered me and my German Shepherds." And I said, "I am bringing the law against you." She said, "You did what?" I mean, capital letters with an exclamation point and question mark. The next thing I knew, I was blocked from that group, which didn't hurt my feelings at all. I mean, I'm okay that I'm blocked from the group. The only thing is now I can't find out when there's yard sales in town. So, anyway, I was listing on here, and when she realized, she blocked me from the group, but I closed my store because they were slandering my store again on that post. I closed my store 2 weeks prior to when I was planning to close anyway, because I couldn't afford the utility bills. So my store's closed. I'm on e-commerce, and I posted that I'm on e-commerce, and I post every day that I'm on e-commerce, and so now she's got people going on Marketplace and Instagram harassing me. I don't want to be harassed anymore. So, for my sanity, I'm tired of being harassed. There's another female that comes on my YouTube and is trying to harass me on my YouTube, but she has a rude awakening. Surprise. Anyway, I remove her comments because I get a message on my phone as soon as somebody comments, or that one person. I don't know why. The first comment that comes up on one of my YouTube posts, it comes up on my phone. So I go on there and I remove her comments every single time. I just remove her comments. And now she can't comment anymore because my IT guy, aka my husband, went on YouTube last night to find out how we can block her from being able to comment. She can see my posts, but she just can't comment on them because I'm tired of harassing. It was to the point where when my phone would ding, if I saw her name come across my phone, I would instantly get angered. And I am seeing a therapist. I am taking anti-anxiety and depression medication because of what this one woman has done to me over the last 2 years. And then it didn't help all this that happened during the closing of my store, my brick and mortar store. So I am e-commerce. I do want to thrift for you. That's my niche, is thrifting for other people. Currently, I have 141 subscribers to my YouTube, which I thank every single one of you. When I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a drawing. And the type of drawing it's going to be is you have to comment on the posts during that week. And at the end of the week that I hit 500 subscribers, I will do a drawing of all the people that commented on my posts, and somebody will get a $100 gift card. Because I really appreciate every single one of you. And I'm in the process of working towards a meet and greet with, not for myself, but to bring other YouTubers in that are also resellers, so we can all meet and greet with each other. You can come meet and greet with us and get to know your favorite YouTube reseller. And I'm working in the process. I've already talked to the venue to find out when we can do it. And now I'm doing more research as to find out what day it's going to be able to be on. And then I got to contact other resellers and find out if they can come and be a part of this. So there'll be more information about that to come in the process. I want to thrift for you. I'm currently thrifting for 3 people. Every time I go out thrifting, I'm thrifting a selection of items for 3 viewers. And I thank you all. And I hope that I can also thrift for items for you. Now, if you see something when I'm thrifting in one of my videos that you would like me to go back to the location and get, I'll be more than happy to do that. And you can see in the video when I go back. And now it might be a couple of days, but that doesn't mean I didn't go back that same day that I saw it on the video and you commented. I might do that, but it might be 2 or 3 days, because I do often go to 2 or 3 different locations in one day and film 2 or 3 different videos at one time. So like if you see me tomorrow in the video and I'm thrifting and I'm wearing this same shirt with skulls on it, it's because this afternoon I'm going to go thrifting. So it's not that I wear the same clothes every day. It's that I go to 3 or 4 places in one day. So I don't know who just messaged me, but somebody said, okay, got it. So I think it must have been that person. And she can't, now I'm not even doing a live. So I don't know. She might have texted me or something, because it came up only on this phone. It didn't come up on my other phone, because this is my thing. Okay. This is my phone for personal use. The phone that you're on right now is the phone that I used to use for making videos. This is my tablet that I now use for making videos, because the image quality is bigger and it's better when I'm viewing. And this is the phone, the one you're on right now, is the one that I use to look items up, because this is my iPhone. And I do not like this phone It is only for making and receiving phone calls. It is not for doing an eBay search. It is not for doing a Google image search. It's not for that because I don't know how to do that. It's not for shooting videos because I can't hit pause on it. And if I start a video trying to record it and I hit pause, then I hit play again to record, I only get whatever the first 2 or 3 seconds of the video is, and I've lost everything else. So this is for sending and receiving calls. This is my personal number that very few people have. Even CJ's girlfriend doesn't have this number. Family, basically, is the only ones that have that number. Because when I give out a number, it's the number of the phone that you're on, because that's my store location phone number. And that's my Android, because I know how to use my Android. I'm used to it. I like it. I can record on it. I can look up Google image. I can look up eBay image, and I can look up eBay sold. I can't do any of that on my Apple phone. I don't know how. And then this is also an Android. But I like this because I don't use it for my store to run my cash register anymore. I'm using it to make my videos. So thanks for listening to me rant. I hope you learned something about how to delist and list with List Perfectly. If you're a reseller and you want to sell on multiple platforms, I want to thank, I can't hashtag Danny the Niche Lady, but from the Niche Lady on YouTube. But she uses List Perfectly, and she clued her viewers into List Perfectly, and I went and did some research on it. And then I told my IT guy, aka my husband, I said, I want to start using List Perfectly. Now, it's a wonderful platform. You can list everything and delist everything just like as easy as I just showed you. But I will tell you, it does cost like $69 a month. So it works perfectly. And now that we're not going to be on 4 platforms, we're only going to be on 2 platforms now, which is my website, which is getlockered.com, and my eBay, which is also my eBay is also GetLockered. And now you're on my YouTube. You already found that. It's GetLockered7474. But www.getlockered.com is my website. And that's where you can buy, and I can ship right off my website. You can pay right on my website. I do not have access to your credit card or debit card or whatever kind of card information. When you list through me, I take payments through PayPal. I cannot see what your card number is. I am not in any way able to save your card number. I don't want to save your card number. I'm not smart enough to go on there and strip out your bank account like I had. My husband's cousin had that happen to her. She was trying to sell something through Facebook Marketplace, and the people wiped out her bank account, got like half of her husband's bank account, and started to try to get my father-in-law's bank account because her name was on all 3 accounts, and she had to completely close all the bank accounts and do re-signatures and everything else, get new account numbers and everything. It was terrible. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't want to know how to do that. I don't want it happening to me, and it will not happen to anybody who trusts me enough to purchase from me. I can't say it won't ever happen to you, but it won't happen because of me. So, okay. With that being said, thank you for being here. Please list in the comments what kind of things you'd like me to thrift for you. And you can purchase them at $3 above what I pay for them. If I pay $2 for something, you can buy it for $5. If I pay $17 for something, you can buy it for $20. But if I pay for it because it's something that it was suggested that I go out and purchase, and you don't claim it on the video, then if I have to list it on my e-commerce, it's going up to eBay price, because I cannot list on my website and not be at the same price as eBay, because I cannot undercut eBay. I cannot hurt the other people who are selling the same item on their platform at whatever the eBay price, the eBay sold price is. Now, some items I'm not able to find sold comps, so I will average it with what other items are selling. But I'm also learning that if it doesn't have a sold price on it, that means it's probably not selling very rapidly. So I'm learning. I've only been doing the e-commerce like this for less than 2 months. Well, just barely over a month now. So I'm still learning. And I hope for this to become a huge thing. I've been wanting to, thanks to one of my viewers that suggested that I purchase for her and sell to her at $3 above what I pay for it. That's an agreement we made, so it's fair for everybody. I thank her because she helped me find she saw it in me before I even knew it was there. And she's a wonderful lady. I've never met her in person, but she's a wonderful lady, and I thank her so much for helping me find my niche. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, and she's a wonderful person. Let's come here. I'm going to show you how wonderful she is. This is my eBay storage room. All of this here, let me turn my camera around. All of this in the box of crosses and below. All of this on this back wall. All this across here. All of this down through here. All this up the middle. All this on the floor. Those are her purchases since January 1st. She's not ready for them to be shipped to her house yet, so they're being stored at my house for right now. See Mama call? That's the one we were talking about a little while ago. But yeah, she found the me in me that I didn't know was there, and I appreciate that. So, at that point, let's do something nice for somebody. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Try to help somebody smile today. And let me know in the comments what I can thrift that you are looking for. Currently, I have a person that has me looking for Merry Mushrooms. I have a person having me looking for Fire King. And I have the wonderful things that I'm looking for the first viewer that requested that I thrift for her. And that's what I want to do. I want to thrift for you. So do something nice for someone and get lockered.